Hey everyone! Welcome back to the channel. In today's tutorial, we're going to learn how to set up multiple websites on the same IIS server using different IP addresses. All on Windows Server 2025. This is perfect if you want each website to have its own dedicated IP address, whether for SSL certificates, testing multiple web apps, or organizing multiple sites on a single server. By the end of this video, your server will be hosting multiple websites, each accessible via its own unique IP address. Before we start creating the websites, there are two important things we need to do first: set up static IP addresses and create root folders for each site. First, we'll assign multiple static IP addresses to our network adapter. This ensures that each website has its own unique and permanent IP address that won't change after a restart. Before setting static IP addresses on your Windows Server 2025, you need to know three key things about your network: the network segment, the subnet mask, and the default gateway. To check these details, press Start, type PowerShell, and press Enter to open PowerShell. Once PowerShell is open, type ipconfig, and press Enter. Now we can see the key network details we need. Our subnet mask is 255.255.255.0, and the default gateway is 192.168.100.1. With this subnet mask, the network segment is determined by the first 3 octets of the IP address. That means the network segment is 192.168.100.0. The usable IP range is all addresses between the network address and the broadcast address. The network address is 192.168.100.0 and the broadcast address is 192.168.100.255. So the usable IP range is 192.168.100.1 to 192.168.100.254. Now, let's set static IPs for your server. Press Windows or on your keyboard, type ncpa.cpl, and press Enter. Then, select your network adapter in the Network Connections window, right-click on it and select Properties. In the Network Adapters Properties window, double-click on Internet Protocol version 4, TCP/IPv4. In the IPv4 settings window, select Use the following IP address. In the IPv4 settings, type 192.168.100.10 as the IP address. The subnet mask should automatically appear as 255.255.255.0. Then, enter 192.168.100.1 as the default gateway. For DNS servers, you can use public options. Type 8.8.8.8 as the preferred DNS and 1.1.1.1 as the alternate DNS. After entering your main IP details, click the Advanced button. This opens the Advanced TCP/IP settings, where you can add additional IP addresses to the same network adapter. In the Advanced TCP/IP settings window, under the IP addresses section, click the Add button. In the pop-up window, type 192.168.100.11 as the IP address and 255.255.255.0 as the subnet mask. Then click Add to save it. Then, click the Add button again to add another IP address. In the new window, type 192.168.100.12 as the IP address and 255.255.255.0 as the subnet mask. Then click Add to confirm. Once you've added all the IP addresses you need, click OK to close the Advanced TCP/IP settings window. Then click OK again to close the IPv4 properties, and one more time to close the Network Adapter Properties window. This saves all your changes. To verify that all your IP addresses have been applied correctly, go back to PowerShell. Type ipconfig and press Enter. Under your network adapter, you should now see all the IP addresses you added, that is, 192.168.100.10, 192.168.100.11, and 192.168.100.12. Next, we'll create root folders, one for each website you plan to host. These folders will contain all your website files, such as HTML pages, images, style sheets, and other related content. Now, open File Explorer. In File Explorer, open your C drive. By default, IIS stores website files inside the inetpub folder, and within it, the www root folder. This is the default root directory for IIS. However, in this tutorial, we'll create our own folder for better organization. Click on your C drive. Then click New Folder and name it Websites. This will be the main directory where you'll keep all your website projects neatly organized. Inside the Websites folder, create a separate folder for each website you plan to host. Create folders named Site 1, Site 2, and Site 3. Then, open Notepad by clicking the Start button, typing Notepad, and pressing Enter. In Notepad, type a simple HTML page for your first website. For example, you can write a heading that says this is Site 1. Then, click File, choose Save As, and navigate to your site folder, that is, C drive and Websites folder and Site 1 folder. Change the Save As type to All Files, name it index.html, and click Save. Repeat this process for your other websites, creating an index.html file inside each site folder. These files will serve as the homepage for each website when we test them later in IIS. Now, let's open IIS Manager to start adding our websites. Go back to Server Manager, then click Tools in the top right corner and select Internet Information Services, IIS, Manager from the drop-down list. Before adding a new website, we need to create an application pool. An application pool in IIS acts like a container for your website, managing its resources, such as memory and CPU, separately from other sites on the server. This isolation helps improve performance and prevents one website from affecting others if it encounters issues. To create a new application pool, select and expand the server node in IIS Manager. Right-click on Application Pools in the left-hand panel and choose Add Application Pool from the right-hand menu. In the pop-up window, give the pool a descriptive name, such as Site 1 Pool. Select the .NET CLR version if your website uses .NET 4, or choose No Managed Code for static HTML sites or .NET Core applications. Keep the Managed Pipeline mode set to Integrated, which is recommended for most SCE. Finally, click OK to create the pool. Then, we'll create a second application pool for the second website. In IIS Manager, right-click on Application Pools again and select Add Application Pool. Give it a descriptive name, such as Site 2 Pool. Choose the .NET CLR version if your website uses .NET 4, or select No Managed Code for static HTML sites or .NET Core applications. Leave the Managed Pipeline mode as integrated, then click OK. Now, let's create a third application pool for our next website. In IIS Manager, right-click on Application Pools and select Add Application Pool. Give the pool a descriptive name, like Site 3 Pool. Choose the .NET CLR version if your website uses .NET 4, or select No Managed Code for static HTML sites or .NET Core applications. Keep the Managed Pipeline mode as integrated, and then click OK. Now that we've created the application pools, let's add our websites. In IIS Manager, right-click on Sites in the left-hand panel and select Add Website. In the Add Website window, enter a site name, such as Site 1. Then, click Select next to the Application Pool field. In the pop-up window, choose the application pool you created earlier, that is Site 1 Pool, and click OK. Then, set the physical path to the folder we created earlier. Click the Browse button. Open your C drive, then navigate to the Websites folder. Select the Site 1 folder and click OK. In the Binding section, click the drop-down menu next to IP address and select the one you configured earlier, that is 192.168.100.10. Make sure the port is set to 80 for HTTP, and leave the host name field blank since we're using IP-based hosting. Once everything looks good, click OK to create the website. To add the second website, right-click on Sites again in the left-hand panel and select Add Website. In the Site Name field, enter Site 2, then click Select to choose the Site 2 pool application pool you created earlier. For the physical path, browse to the C drive and navigate to the Websites folder, select Site 2, and click OK. Then, assign the IP address 192.168.100.11 in the binding section, keep the port as 80, and leave the host name field empty. Once done, click OK to add your second website. Now, let's add the third website. Right-click on Sites in the left-hand panel and select Add Website. In the Site Name field, type Site 3, then click Select to choose the Site 3 pool application pool you created earlier. Then, set the physical path by browsing to your C drive, opening the Websites folder, and selecting Site 3. Click OK to confirm. In the binding section, assign the IP address 192.168.100.12, keep the port set to 80, and leave the host name blank since we're using IP-based hosting. Finally, click OK to create the third website. Now, all three websites are added to IIS, each with its own dedicated folder, unique IP address, and application pool. Now it's time to test your websites. Open a web browser on your server and type the IP address assigned to the first site, that is 192.168.100.10, into the address bar, then press enter. You should see the homepage for Site 1. Next, test the second site using IP 192.168.100.11 and the third site with IP 192.168.100.12. If all three sites load correctly, this confirms that each website is properly configured in IIS, with its own folder, unique IP address, and dedicated application pool. And that's it. You've successfully set up multiple websites on the same IIS server, each with its own IP address, folder, and application pool. Now you can manage each site independently while running them on a single server. If you found this tutorial helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you won't miss any of our upcoming tutorials. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.